everyone, and welcome back to Lifting Jelly. As you can see, I have a nice little backdrop provided by my job, ASAP Fitness. But today I wanted to go over building and maintaining and reaching your goals. It seems like a very boring or very common sense type of topic, but a lot of the times people end up making these goals that don't really progress them to where they want to be, or they make these goals that are way too big for them and they never achieve them, and in turn they don't see the results they want, and they don't reach that new level, that new height that they want to be able to reach. Something that helps me often when it comes to setting goals is to remember that no goal is too big. You can have a long-term goal that's going to take 20 years to achieve, but it's all about the steps you take to get there and how you break up that goal. So something that I've learned since high school, I had a high school teacher that taught me how to set goals and how to, space them out. You have your short-term goals, you have your middle-term goals, intermediate goals, however you want to describe them, and then you have your long-term goals. Short-term goal is something that you can achieve for me, it's something that I know I can achieve within a week to a month's time. For me, intermediate goal, the middle goal, is something that would take a few months to achieve, or maybe even a year to achieve. And then a long-term goal is something that's going to have lasting effect. It may take a few years to achieve. It may take 4 to 5 years. It may take, 20 years. But right now, if you're going to have one large goal, you need to have a short-term and a middle-term goal in order to reach that end result, that big goal. So for me, I always like to split my big goal into short-term goals. And how I do this, there's different ways that people can sort of organize your goals and organize your accomplishments. I do it based on basically baby steps. So let's say I have the goal to drop 50 pounds. So I would break it up to where each week I want to see at least, a pound difference in my weight, or I want to see 2 inches come off my body in 2 weeks or something like that. I just try to split it up into, short-term goals. That way I'm constantly achieving something. I'm constantly feeling rewarded. I feel like my work is paying off, and I don't get discouraged. A lot of the time when we have these large goals, it's so easy to get discouraged because you feel like you're never going to make it there. I tend to be very impatient. I tend to want to just rush the product and get the result already, knowing that anything that you want that takes a lot of hard work, it takes a long time to achieve. And so I've noticed that when I break up my big goal into smaller ones and kind of keep track of my progress along the way, I keep motivation. I feel more supported because other people see the small changes in me, and I feel like I don't let myself down that way. So some goals that I've had, one in particular was, to be able to graduate college. I've bounced around to quite a few colleges within the past 6 years, and so it's discouraging. You think you go into a university, you're going to be there for 4 years, you get your BA, you're done. That's not always the case. Life happens, things happen. That's exactly what happened to me. And so I had to take a year-long break from the first university I went to. That in turn got me so discouraged to want to go back because it was such a hard task getting back into a university. And so I had to go to community college. I had to do some of my GEs over. And yeah, that was very discouraging. But I noticed that, from a community college, I was able to get an AA in something. I was able to transfer to now any university in the California state system. And by the end of it all, I would end up with 2 degrees, my AA and my BA. In a sense, my journey kind of got rerouted a little bit, but I was able to achieve something greater than my initial goal. And so being able to take baby steps like that, going back to community college, getting an AA, being able to go to any university and only having 2 years left, being able to finally get my BA, I found little goals in between that helped me stay motivated and helped me not look at my big goal as something to be discouraged of or be disappointed in because, I didn't get there in the 4 years like everyone else. So that's just something to keep in mind when you are making these goals for yourself. There's plenty of planners and, journals, calendars. It'll help you break down your goals into small tasks. I've noticed that writing things down, kind of seeing it visually, it helps a lot more. If I get it just in my head, okay, I want to, be able to clean and jerk 200 pounds by the end of the year, when I see it written down and I break it down into little steps of how to get there, to me that seems like an easier way to be able to achieve that goal versus me just having it in my head and me training and me kind of losing sight of that original goal. But you kind of get the idea. Basically, you want to break up your goal, even if it's a smaller goal, into these subsections and make it something that you can achieve within your day, within your week. So it's very important just to be mindful of your time too. The time you put into working towards your goal is really going to determine how far you get in terms of how close you will be to succeeding at that. So be mindful of your time. I love to write everything down. Writing things down helps me stay accountable. It helps me visualize my goal, and it helps me to not forget or to not lose that drive and motivation to want to achieve it. And then breaking down your goal if it's really large. Like I said, again, no goal is too big. And it's very important that if you have that huge goal in mind, make stepping stones for yourself so that it's a lot easier to reach. So that's just a tip from me on how I like to reach my goals and how I like to set out on different paths in order to reach my goals. Hopefully it's very helpful to you if you don't really know where to begin. A lot of us in life do have big goals, and you just have to be smart. You have to strategize. You have to come up with a game plan on how to reach them. And then, the world is yours at that point. So thanks for listening in, and I will see you guys next time.